Today we are doing Clash Royale Mythbusters. For you guys that do not know, Mythbusters is a series we do on this channel where we get a myth from the comment section, we then go into a game, test the myth out, and we either confirm the myth or we bust the myth. It's always a ton of fun, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, leave a like. Leaving a like lets me know you guys enjoy this series and you want it to continue. Also, if you could subscribe, it really supports me. And without any further delay, let's hop right into it. Starting off with the first myth. You can shoot between the king towers in 2v2. So when you go into a 2v2 match, you have 2 king towers instead of 1 because there are 4 people playing the game. This myth is asking if we can actually shoot between the 2 towers. And for this, we do need the magic archer. My opponent plays a cannon, we play a magic archer, and you guys can see that the magic archer shot actually does go between the 2 king towers and does not damage them. Just to show you, the magic archer is in range. I placed the magic archer in a different spot and you guys can see it shoots the king tower just fine. So this myth is confirmed. You can shoot between the 2 king towers in 2v2, and honestly this is one I did not know. I thought the hitbox honestly was one big rectangle, but it turns out it's 2 small squares. Moving on to the next myth, you can freeze a golden knight while he's dashing. And this one's a bit of a weird one. So we go into a game, we drop our golden knight, we drop a Skarmy, we let him dash onto the Skarmy, and as he's dashing, we drop a freeze spell, and you guys can see the golden knight does not get frozen. The dash makes him immune to the freeze, but if your opponent just uses the ability and he doesn't dash onto a troop, he's just in the running animation, then you can freeze him just fine. So I'm going to say this one is busted. You cannot freeze a golden knight while he's dashing, but honestly a very weird mechanic. Moving on to the next myth, the monk can stop the Mega Knight jump with his 3rd hit knockback. So for you guys that do not know, the monk has a special power whenever he attacks 3 times. Every 3rd hit he does a super hit and it actually pushes back the enemy troops. And today we are going to see if this pushback can stop a Mega Knight from jumping onto it. So we get some skeletons to surround the monk, charge him up so he has that 3rd hit ready to go. We then place a Mega Knight and you guys can see a very weird interaction happens. The monk pushes the Mega Knight back in the air, but the Mega Knight just counters all momentum and still jumps onto the monk. Honestly, this looked so goofy. I don't understand the logic here, but this myth is of course busted. The monk cannot stop the Mega Knight jump, but it is kind of satisfying to watch. Moving on to the next myth, you can predict buildings with a rage spell to make them misplace it. And this is the hardest prediction to do in Clash Royale. This requires perfect timing. You guys can see my opponent drops a Hog Rider and then a rage spell, and it makes me misplace my cannon. Now I'm going to play this back and slow it down. I actually played my cannon in the correct spot, but because that rage bottle spawned in, it blocked the spot where I put my cannon and forced it to the next available square, essentially making me misplace my building. The reason why this is the hardest prediction to do is because it requires perfect timing. You have to get the timing perfect in order to get that bottle to block the spot. But this myth is confirmed. It's a crazy prediction, and if you actually pull this off in game, you're actually a pro. Moving on to the next myth, Zappies can stop a golden knight dash. So this one's a very simple one. We play a golden knight, we play some Zappies, and you guys can see we try to dash with the golden knight. He does a weird animation, like he starts to dash then he stops, but the Zappies do stop the golden knight dash, so this myth is confirmed. And that's going to wrap it up for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Of course, subscribe if you have not already. If you have any of your own myths, leave them in the comment section and you might be featured in a future Mythbusters video. But as always, make sure you guys take care, brush your hair, and peace out. Woo!